What's up, besties?
It's time to spill the tea.
Welcome to season 2 of the voice messages. Woo woo! I'm so excited. We're back.
Me too.
We're back, besties. We are back.
We're happy to be back. It's been a hot minute. Obviously, the holidays have passed. Hope everyone had a fun, safe, and healthy holiday season. Francesca and I were wildly sick.
Woo woo! Bringing in that new year, baby.
I mean, whatever ripped through, like everyone I possibly know, was
Yeah,
nasty.
100%. I don't know what was in the air. I said somebody, you know who, sprinkled a little something something in the air for 2024 and was like, we need to get people sick. We need to just run it through. Whoever survives, survives. Everyone I know has been sick with something.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I forget who I was talking to, but they said, let's just pretend like the first whole week of January was just not the beginning of the new
Yes.
year. Let's start on January 8th because the first week was just still such a shit show.
Trash. Yeah.
Matt and I were sick for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like
It's
3
crazy.
weeks. And
I
you're
am
still
just
kind of
now
sick.
getting back. Yeah. I'm just like getting back into the groove, but I still feel like a little winded, just like a little like, you know?
Yeah.
I just feel like
Yeah.
the first week of January was like a trial period. We're going to call it the trial period. Like
Oh, yeah.
it just didn't cooperate with us.
No, I think the first week was still a holiday week. Therefore, it did not count.
Doesn't count. I agree. But here we are. We're back. We're better than ever. We're halfway through January, and we're so excited to share our first episode with you guys. So we got a couple things, specifically a rebrand. Shall we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so before we get into the episode, we wanted to do a rebrand because I don't know, we were just talking and I was like, I don't know what our logo is giving, but it's not giving us. And I
It's
feel
giving
like
5-year-old.
that's what you said, okay? It was giving Starburst, like pink and yellow Starburst.
Yeah.
And you said that and I was like, oh gosh, I don't know. I just thought that like it was too like bold and too assertive. And I feel like we're more of like giving like Drew Barrymore vibes on the couch, like
Yes.
chilling, relatable.
Yeah.
I was like, I just don't think we're that like large and in charge, you know?
Yeah.
But like
I
it was
think
like,
too, we tried our best. We had to pull something
yes.
together quickly. We really wanted to get the podcast out like by the end of last year. And it was calling to us at the time. We love that. We love her. She was great when we needed her. She pulled through for season 1. Now we're moving on. We're upping it. We're leveling up.
Yeah, we're leveling up. And I just think that like the colors and everything didn't resonate with us. But I also think that we wouldn't have been able to figure out our vibe until after season 1 anyways.
I agree. Yeah.
So
trial and error. We all got to start somewhere.
Trial and error. You know? We're the same us, same formatting, same drama, but just a little bit, with a little spicy logo.
Yes. And let us know how you guys like that. I want to know what everyone's thoughts on our colors and just the vibe. Does it match who we are?
And if you're blocked, I'm just kidding.
Bye.
Bye. Alrighty. So today we're talking about New Year's resolutions in ins and outs, which has obviously been the hottest of the hottest on TikTok. Yes. Would we have loved to have recorded this like 2 weeks ago? Yes, but I was down for the count and Francesca was starting to go down for the count. So here we are. We're still in the New Year month. So
yeah, very fresh. We're in it.
So off the bat, let's talk about New Year's resolutions. I hate that fucking word. Same. Resolution. Yeah. Okay. I just feel like there's such a negative connotation to it. Resolution, as if like you need a solution to a problem. And I don't love that because I think of like New Year's as like a chance for like positivity and growth and improving ourselves. I don't feel like it should be so focused on the negative, like you need to fix things and fix yourself.
I agree. It feels like the end all be all. Like when I hear a resolution, like that's it. You need to do this resolution. You got to get to the end goal. And like, if you don't accomplish it, then you are a failure. So resolution has never resonated in my mind. It just feels like the end all be all. Once you make those resolutions at the beginning of the new year, like you can't change them. That's what it feels like to me. And I can't be caged in. Things happen throughout the year. Like we don't know, like that first resolution resolution or goal could be totally different halfway through the year. And it just might not resonate anymore. So resolution for me is out. I like ins and outs. I like that trend.
Yes.
That's
They're all like
what's
goals.
calling to me.
I like goals. And
Yes.
like when I say goals, like I say, like think of like one overarching goal, like the big goal. But
Yes.
like in order to get there, you're not just going to arrive at the top of the mountain, right? You need to set like smaller goals to get there. And you
Yep.
might not even hit that big goal by the end of the year. That's how I kind of like to look at it, is just like
Yeah.
progress goals of
Yep.
if I'm trying to hit a certain thing. So for me, like I set a goal 2024, I'm trying to monetize my social media, whatnot. Obviously, there's like things I need to do every day, every month to keep up with it. And I've kind of like set those small goals because I'm like, this isn't going to happen overnight. Um,
Exactly.
so for me, because thinking about like, okay, monetize social media and then just going into it, I'm like, that's like so overwhelming. Like you need to break it
Yeah.
down. You need to get
Yep.
specific.
Yes. And it keeps you, it like holds you accountable. I think creating the smaller goal just makes you like, okay, today I have to do, what can I, or what's the one thing that I can do to get me a little bit further? It's like, okay, can I make a TikTok today? Like kind of going off of your,
Yeah.
Goal and everything, like make one TikTok today. Then tomorrow, maybe make two. And then the next day, maybe, switch it up a little bit. Like, I just think having a smaller goal, you can have a big goal, but I just don't think of putting like a timeline on yourself
Yeah.
is, I think, where I'm
Like
getting at.
you
Don't
need
do
to
the
complete it
timeline.
by the end of the year.
Yes, because then you feel like a failure. I mean, at least I have in the past when I've given myself some crazy goal. And then I also don't really break it down though. Like, I think we're so
Yeah.
focused on, these big goals. And then we're like, shit, how do we actually get there? And then it's like halfway through the year and we're like, we didn't make it. And then we get so like infuriated with ourselves because we're like, we're a failure. We didn't do this. We didn't do that. And it's like, bitch, it's okay. One step at a time. Like, let's just
Yeah,
do little
for
steps,
sure. And I feel like New Year's resolutions for me have always been so weight loss focused or weight
Yeah.
centered.
Yep.
And just like, oh, you need to lose like 40 pounds this year or 20 pounds this year, something crazy that is so
Yeah.
overwhelming. Instead of being like, okay, like I'm going to try to move my body every day, or I'm going
Yep.
to try to eat a fruit and vegetable, something that was like, a little less overwhelming. I always was
Yeah.
like, it was all or nothing. And then
Yeah.
by, I would say March, I would give up because I wasn't losing any weight because my goal was so
Yes.
unattainable and there was
Yep.
so much pressure.
And it's just crazy. Like, I don't know where we got this idea of like when it's a new year, all the gyms come out of
New
hiding. Like,
you.
new
Ugh.
year, new you, join the gym for $10 down, get in. Like, it's all, I feel like New Year's resolutions have literally always been geared towards like diets, weight loss,
Yeah.
health, but not like in the best way. Which is kind of crazy. Like, who
Yeah.
made the gyms be like, this is when you have to really hone in on, getting memberships? Like, I get it because everyone's like, new year, new me. But I don't know. I think we just need to shift our mindset a little bit and our perspective that, we should try to be healthy every day throughout the
Yeah.
year. Like, it shouldn't be just geared towards weight loss and just geared towards, being the skinniest that you could ever be. It's so much more than that.
Right. Like what small changes can we do to improve our overall health? I think that that's
Yeah.
such a healthier mindset anyways. And I hate all the commercials that are coming out now. Like you need to join the gym, you need to join this weight loss program. We're giving you a discount, new year, new you. I also don't like new year, new you. I would
Yeah.
rather say like new year improved
Better.
me
Yeah.
or better me or
Yeah.
something else because I
Yep.
am still who I am. I'm just, I'm making some
Yeah. You're
changes
a
in
little bit different.
2024. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
You're an
just like
elevated version of yourself. We just need to elevate every year.
everything. And I
Just
just feel like
elevate.
waking up one day and being like, huh, shit, I'm gonna change my whole fucking life just because it's 1/1 is
Yeah.
kind of like really bizarre.
It is.
Like,
It is.
I'm
That's
sorry,
too much pressure.
you're still gonna go to work tomorrow. You're still
Yeah.
probably gonna order takeout this Friday because you're
Yep.
stressed.
Yep.
Let's be realistic and stop putting so much damn pressure on ourselves to constantly lose weight because it's the new year.
I agree. I agree. I think it's overwhelming, which is why I love when I kept seeing the trend on TikTok, everyone's ins and outs of 2024. I just felt like that resonated so much more because we can talk about, okay, what do we actually want to bring into 2024? And then what do we want to bring out? And have it be like more specific, which I'm excited to start talking about each other's ins and outs. And I've honestly loved seeing everyone's. I know people are like, oh, it's such a trend and everyone's jumping on the trend. This is one trend that I can get down with. I am telling myself, like, I'm not trying to go with all the current trends this year, but this is one trend that I love because I feel like it's so authentic to who you are. And it's very, fascinating to see like what people want to bring into their, new year and what people want to get out. So
I also love it because the outs are so focused on like boundary setting and what you don't want to like bring into your life in 2024. And I love that because again, New Year's resolutions are always so weight loss focused and to rather focus on like your mental health or like how to set boundaries. I just love it. So yes, let's get into it.
I agree.
Do you want to start with your first in? Then we can go back and forth.
Okay, perfect. So my first in is moving my body in ways that feels right for me in 2024. This just kind of ties into everything that we've already said, but I feel like I have always put too much pressure on myself to go, to do crazy cardio and HIIT workouts and things that just are not realistic for me. Like I am not the person who's waking up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. No. I'm not a morning person. I accept that within myself. Like I just want to move my body that feels very genuine and very authentic to me. And I want to enjoy it. I'm so sick of like doing something that doesn't bring me joy and I'm just doing it just to do it because I think like that's going to get me to my end goal. It's like, fuck that. So my in for 2024 is moving my body in ways that feel right.
I love it.
And I'm trying to really commit to that.
No, I agree. And I just like the thought of me going to Planet Fitness. I think it's supposed to go to Planet Fitness. If you like to go to Planet Fitness, put your hot girl headphones on, do your little workout, like good for you if that's what you love. I'm just a very class-based person and I need to feel like I'm a part of something bigger, like a community sort of vibe. And I know it's more expensive to go to classes and it's a privilege to go to classes, but the thought of going to Planet Fitness and getting on a treadmill,
so many people,
and worrying about, is it clean?
Yeah.
Who's the guy next to me? Right. I go into my class, my little spin class, and I know who's sitting here. Oh, you're always the person next to me on the left and the right because we all use the same bikes every time.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the consistency. The same people are there every week. It's great.
I also have no motivation though. I can't go into Planet Fitness and be like, all right, this is my routine for the next 30 to 45 minutes.
Oh, it overwhelms
my mind is all over the place. I'm like, wait, did I do this? What do I have to make when I get home? Like, did I text this person back? Do I got this email? Like, I cannot focus. I will waste 30 to 45 minutes, literally just probably like walking at fucking one. Yeah, exactly. And like have no idea what I'm doing. Like
I walk into Planet Fitness with like goals in mind, like, oh, this is what I'm going to do for the workout.
Yeah.
But then I get so overwhelmed because there's so much equipment. But then you want to go on one machine, then that machine's taken, and then it
it's so intimidating. Yeah, and you don't want to wait around, and you don't want to ask people. It's too much. No,
I'd rather have my phone off, having someone in front of me, telling me what I need to do with my little bikey bike, and that's what I'm doing. I want to be outside walking my dog. That's
100%. Cheers to that. What's one of your ends?
Very simple, like something like, you know how you said like you want to move your body. I do want to also move my body every day, even if it's just like a quick walk, like for 5 minutes, just to get myself outside. But my biggest thing is getting ready every day. And I'm not saying that I need to be full glam. I'm not full glam right now, but this is me like getting ready, like meaning like I brush my hair, I put my eyebrows on, I put a little concealer on, I did my full skincare routine, I moisturized, I got dressed. I'm not saying I need to show up wearing jeans and a blazer and full glam everywhere I go, but I'm saying that I need to just do like, and some days I do put on a full face, but I'm saying I need to do something every single day for myself in the morning to kind of just make myself feel pretty.
I love that. No, I agree. Because I think especially for you, like you work from home all the time and it's hard to like disassociate, like I'm working, I'm home, but they're in the same area. And, when we used to go into office jobs and stuff, we would have to get ready, right? We'd have to wake up earlier, do our hair, do our makeup, put, clothes on. And like, obviously being able to work from home, it's like you kind of could just roll out of bed and do whatever. But I love that because you don't want to feel blah throughout your day just because you rolled out
Yeah.
of bed and just
And
like tried to get to it.
right. And I'm on camera so much too. So then it's like I'm constantly looking at myself.
Yeah.
And part of my thing was this past summer, I started doing this because I hit a low. My dad was really, really sick. And then he ended up passing away. And like I had stopped getting ready for like months before that. And I felt like the lowest I felt. And also like between now and last year, I've gone through a full glow up. And I know I don't look
Yeah.
super glam right now, but I have gone through a full glow up in terms of like, I don't know, my hair is better, my skin's healthier, like all the
Yeah.
things. And like
You just feel great. You feel much
I
better.
do something for myself every day and it really just like boosts your mood. Like just
Yeah.
something to make yourself feel like, okay, I feel pretty, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. That honestly, for me, like when I put lip gloss on every day, I know it sounds so insignificant. I put lip gloss on going to my little Pilates class today, and I was like, I feel good. Like, just throw a little
I
lippy
mean,
gloss on there, and like, it
exactly.
just, I don't know.
That's what I did.
So I
I
love
did my
that. I
eyebrows
love that.
and some lip gloss
Yeah.
and I did a little dry shampoo in my hair business and I feel good.
Yep. Yeah.
I
I
feel
love
good.
that. Just one little thing that just like boosts your confidence. It's because, like you said, it doesn't have to be full glam. You just need a little something.
Right.
I love that.
Your
Okay,
turn.
another in. My second in of this year is spending quality time with quality motherfucking people.
I
I
love that.
am just not, I guess this kind of ties into like, I'm not willing to give all of my energy to anyone anymore. I don't want to just say yes just to say yes. If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. I just want to be
Oh my God.
intentional with my time. Like life is too short and I'm just not willing to like have any of that negativity. If I don't feel great, like why the fuck am I doing it? Why am I spending time with people who don't light me up in some way? And I want to be that for someone
Yeah.
else. So I want it in
I
return.
I can't agree more. We've talked about this so much in 2023 where we're just like, oh, I don't really feel like going to this thing, like
Yeah.
whatever. And then like either I have said it to you or you said it to me, you're like, don't fucking go.
Yes.
If it's going
Yep.
to stress you out, if it's going to make you upset. And for ages, like I went through phases of where I felt FOMO all the
Yeah.
time. But
Yeah.
ever since I've moved, which is weird, I mean, I still like, I miss my friends but in a different way. But
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, I don't feel FOMO because I'm also very content with my life. And I think it's also
Yes.
part of just living in the present and being
Yep.
content on where you're at. Like, I'll see people out at the bars and like, yeah, does it look a little bit fun? But then I look at my life and I look at my like living room and how cute and cozy it is and how we're having a night
Yeah.
in and we made popcorn and I'm in
Yep.
my gym jams and
Yep.
I'm vibing and I'm gonna get my 10 hours of sleep. I'm like, this is fucking great. And I'm just
Yes.
content with where I'm at. And I don't
Yep.
feel like I need to like just go out to go out, spend time with people just to spend time with people. If I
Yes.
don't want to, I'm not going to in
I agree.
2024.
I feel everything you just said is exactly the reasoning behind why I want to spend quality time with quality people because one, I don't have FOMO either anymore. I used to. It used to be like, oh, I should just go because like what if? Like what if something great happens or what if I
Right.
miss
Like
out on something? Like
what will I miss out?
what's
The
going to
photos.
happen?
Right.
Yes. But honestly, it just doesn't come down to that anymore. And I think, again, you said it perfectly. I'm so secure with who I am, who I want to be, who I'm becoming, what lights me up, what makes me happy? What are the things that make me happy? And I just don't need to go out 24/7. And I don't need to spend time with people just to spend time with them because everyone else around me is. So I love that. I think you hit the nail on the head because it's
Yeah.
just, we're just being more in tune with ourselves going into 2024. And we're not apologizing for it. Don't take offense. It's like,
Right.
I'm protecting myself just as you should protect yourself. Like, it just isn't working for me. It has nothing to do with you. I just need to honor
It's not
myself.
personal. So
Yeah.
it's funny because I've been going to these Tampa girl walks trying to make friends, and I had like a little debacle with some of them where like
Yeah.
I don't know, like their vibes were just a lot different than me. Like I'm in my soft, like homemaker, becoming a wifey
Yeah.
ever, and I am loving it and I'm leaning into it. But I just felt like the people that I was meeting were at very different parts of their life. And so honestly, between now and the wedding, like I'm like, do I need to go to these walks and meet new people? What if I run into them? And part of me is also like, fuck it. Like I'm good with the people in my life and I don't want to like put energy into people that aren't going to give energy back. But I also know it's important for me to make friends, but it's trying to find that balance of like, where's my headspace at? I don't know.
If you're not vibing, then don't do it. Like, again, it has to be a hell yes. If you're going into the mindset of like, oh, if I go to this Tampa Girls Walk and I'm just like worried about seeing other people, or what if I don't, find the right people? It's like, don't even do it. Like, it's just an automatic no for me. If I cannot immediately come up with something that's like, wow, this feels so good and intentional, I'm just not doing it. I'm not apologizing for that. So if it ain't a hell yes, it's a hell no.
Rock on. Okay.
What's your next in?
The block button.
Yes.
It is fucking
la, 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 la.
Let me tell you guys a little story. So this year in 2023, I hit 10K followers on TikTok. I'm now growing pretty quickly. I'm getting more and more followers every day. Great. Love that for me. However,
this is when the crazies come out.
The crazies have come out. I have had a few videos that have ended up on the wrong side of the internet. And when I say I have been told the nastiest things, actually, the funniest one I received was I posted a video of Matt. And I commented on it. And they said, is his hairline receding, or does he just have a six head? And
my God.
I laughed so hard and I shared it with Matt, and him and I were sitting on the couch. We laughed for about 10 minutes. He's just like, what do they think? He's like, what do they do? Sitting in their house, tapping away. He's like, who do they think they are? And I'm like, yeah, they're clowns. They're literal. I deleted the comment, but I've added so many filters on my social media now, and I've now moved that over to Instagram because guess what? The crazies have found me on Instagram now. So I've been adding.
It is wild how people just throw these comments out like it doesn't even matter. It's crazy.
I filter out crazy words. Also, anyone who DMs me, okay, I'm gonna show you some filter words. There goes TikTok. When I get crazy DMs now, block. If you're commenting something super mean, block. I'm not listening to it. My sister, block. I'm done with her.
Why can't we block people? It's like, this is your page, your life. You want to share what you want to share. And I get that there can be some like good, conversational like pieces, but if you're just being flat out rude and mean to me, bitch, you're off of my page. Like you said, we're blocking.
So I have a lot of blocked words, and let me read them to you. It's your mom. It's a phrase. Suicidal, suicide, autism, dementia, genocide, vigor, the N-word spelled differently, revolve, liberal, free country, freedom, Karen, self-centered with a space, self-centered with a dash, self-centered connected, ass, asshole, fuck, entitlement, entitled, financial burden, deposit, you're a bitch, give a shit, bitch, disabled, disability. Those are all the words I have filtered.
Wow. So that's a lot.
Because I was going through so many comments, and I'll notice that there's like a repeat of like certain words or certain phrases. And I don't only just set them up for myself, but for other people, because if someone's commenting and they're saying something like, the N-word, I'm like, I don't want that. That's not appropriate. And if someone's saying something, like making fun of someone with a disability or someone with whatever, right? I'm like, I don't want other people to see that. That's terrible. We don't need that. And then I also set up, they have a comment care mode where bullying comments will be blocked, which I have dozens of them in there. You're ugly, you're fat, you're this, you're that. And honestly, some of them are funny. Some of them are funny. I'm like, I have to laugh, but it does like hurt when I read the comments. So I've just been blocking people, and I know, like, I'll see on social media when people are like, oh, this creator blocked me, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you probably did something fucked up.
Yeah. Like I said, it's different between like having a conversation in a educational way versus just flat out being like, you suck.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
your view is ridiculous. Like whatever. Like there's two different sides to that. So I agree. You need to just block people. You need to protect your energy, protect your peace. The block button is there for a reason. Why are we not using it? Like 2024, use it
Right.
up. Who
And I'm
cares?
also using the mute button on
Yeah.
Instagram where like I don't want to unfollow someone and cause drama, but I don't want to see them.
Yeah. I
I love
love
that.
that. I love
I love
that.
that. I'm also using it on Facebook. I'm blocking
Yep.
on Facebook and my number too. Even if it's like people I know, like,
Yeah.
I'm all set.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. The block button is there for a reason and we're
Block,
utilizing it.
block, block,
Block,
block.
block, block, block.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? All the filters I
Yeah,
have.
it is.
But
I'm not
as I-
surprised though.
if it hurts my feelings, I don't want it to hurt someone else's feelings.
Yeah, I
Anyways,
agree.
all right, moving on.
Okay, my last in for 2024 is all about Delulu energy and manifesting. We're just being Delulu. I want to really like embrace who I am this year. And I feel like I've always wanted to do content. I've always wanted to make videos. I just always wanted to like be on social media in some way. And I think that I've held myself back a lot because I'm like, who's going to watch my silly little TikToks? Like, what do I actually have to show? And, and I love that. But I'm not doing that this year. Like if I post something, a video, and it felt really good to me and I loved it and I laughed and I
Yeah,
think someone would enjoy it, I'm fucking posting it. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm being Delulu. That video is going to blow up, whether it's now, a month, 2 months, a year. Like that is the energy that I'm putting out because I don't want to hold myself back this year. We're manifesting things. We're bringing things into our life. And if you're not going to be Delulu in this fucking crazy world, like what else are you going to be? I can't think of the legit, like
yeah. No, no,
logistics
no.
of the world. I need to be delusional. We're all in a fucking fairy tale. I'm living in a book talk. Like
Everything is
I'm
made up.
living it up. It's all in my
No,
mind.
everything is made up. Like honestly, like let's just take a quick second. Like the fact that we're listening to a podcast, like someone had to make up what a podcast was. Someone had to
Yeah.
make up a phone.
Don't even
The
start because
idea,
my mind will go down a rabbit hole.
everything,
I can't
your
understand it.
shirt, someone had to make up the concept of a shirt. Like what?
Yeah.
Like these headphones. This
Yep.
can't.
Yeah. To be able to even
Everything.
talk to you, like we're not even in
It's,
person and we're talking.
it's a world of make believe.
Delulu. We're in Delulu, babe. Delulu is the Salulu.
No, but on a serious note, have you seen when people say like, instead of being like, oh, I want to be, just saying like I am, like for
Oh,
example, like
100%.
I realized I still do this. I want to be a content creator. I don't know why
I am a content creator.
I am a content creator. I
Yeah.
literally am. Like I'm a
I am
part-time
making $1
content
million
creator.
a year. I am in my mansion right now. I am in my podcast studio.
I don't go that far.
We're
But
going up. Delulu, babe. Delulu. We're going to the next level.
You're full on Delulu. Yeah. I mean it more or less like if you're creating content, like you're a content creator.
Yes, I agree
Like,
with you. I agree.
maybe
Just because you
you're
don't
not
have 1 million followers doesn't mean that you're not a content creator. I totally agree with
right.
you.
And just because you don't have a mansion doesn't mean you're not in one.
Yes, exactly. I mean, just because I don't have 1 million sitting in my bank account doesn't mean that I don't actually have it. You know what I mean? So it's just
Oh,
Delulu. That's the energy for 2024. Oh, because if not, I get sad about the world that we live in. Like, I need to be in Delulu land because there's just too many crazy, fucked up things happening that I don't watch the news. And maybe that's ignorant of me, but I can't. Every time I look at it and there's a sad story, I'm like, how can I help these people? But I can't. I'm too empathetic. But I also don't have $1 million to go out and like save the animals, save the homeless children. And it makes me sad.
I know.
So I'm going to be in Delulu.
And I talk about this with Matt all the time. Like if I was so rich, like Bill Gates, I would be doing so much.
100%. Charity work,
philanthropist.
creating things for people to like, have a safe space, like 110%. I would do the same thing.
I would be doing all the things. The only thing I can do is vote.
Yeah, do my best.
Yeah,
put out good content.
I can do my part. All right.
What's your last in?
Social media sabbaticals.
Okay.
I saw some other girl post this, and it's hard for me because I'm in the process of trying to grow my social media.
Because you're a content creator.
I am a content creator, but I also know that I can't constantly be on. And I'm trying, and I've done a really good job of this recently, where if I'm like out or whatever, I don't scroll on TikTok. I don't even open the app. I don't like really check, social media. And I just felt like I'm like way more in the moment. My camera is blurry.
Okay.
And now I'm trying to get it to focus. Here we go. I don't know why it does that. It's like high five.
Okay.
So I'm really trying to be more in the moment and like taking breaks off of social media, because I also know it can be, one, extremely damaging to constantly take in information. Two, it gives me anxiety. And three, negative comments are just too much for me sometimes. But also, I did see another creator post about this, and I think I need to start being cautious of this when I am posting now that I've gotten a little bit of a bigger platform, is that I shouldn't be posting live. Like if I'm somewhere, I should not post until I leave that place.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think that's part of the sabbatical, is not being like, oh, like, look what I'm doing right now. Look what I'm doing right now. Is like to really be in the moment, and then like I can post it later. I can really just enjoy the moment. I don't need to worry about like creating, like editing, creating the perfect caption while I'm out. Anything like that. Because like when I say social media sabbatical, I'm really just meaning like I want to be in the moment. Yes, I want to get all the videos and all the things, because I love videos and photos
of
and all the
course.
things. But I also just don't want to be constantly on. And I don't want to be constantly available to people.
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree. I actually don't post live now that I think about it. I will take a million photos and videos of like wherever I am or whatever I'm doing, but then it won't be until later when I come home, and then I'll sit down and like post the random videos, because I feel the same way, because then it will just take away from whatever you're doing. It's taking away from the moment. But I do love that, because I feel like last year I felt like my like screen time is through the roof. Like 10 hours a day. I mean, I don't even want to tell you what my screen.
No, that's what that's when I say,
what
like,
I don't want to do that anymore. And I have a screen, like a limit, a time limit for Instagram and TikTok, 45 minutes, and it will tell me, and I'll be like, no, override.
I think you and I set these up at the same time.
So bad.
At first I started.
I've never followed through.
I've never followed through, but I also want to stop doing social media before, like an hour before bed, things like that.
Yeah.
I think,
and like first thing waking up in the morning, I don't want to check my social media. I don't want to like be immediately on my phone. So I agree. I'm trying to be intentional with that. But I will say, like, I have tried to, because I'm a big reader and I have a Kindle. So I'll try to like, if I find myself going to like scroll on social media, I'll like put it down and try to go read a book or something, like do something else with my hands that I'm not, because I'll just be sitting down and I'll be scrolling, and then I'm like, no, I got to get off. And then 2 seconds later, I'm right back on it, because it's such second nature that I pick my fucking phone back up, and I'm like, bitch, what are you doing? You just put your phone down. Like,
I know.
Stop. It's so second nature.
This girl I saw on TikTok does this. She moves her apps around once a week.
That's smart, because
if you open your
we
phone,
know where it is.
I know where it is. She moves them around, and then she's like, then I have to find it, and then I just give up.
Okay, that's smart. But isn't that fucked up that we are so second nature with our phones? Like, I could just go on my phone and know exactly where I don't even need to look.
Because then she's like, then I'm realizing that I'm looking for it. I'm like, wait a second, I don't need to go on it. She's like, it gives me an extra minute to reflect. Like, do I want to go on it right now? Do I really need to go through all that? Or should I take a sabbatical?
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. All right. So we're getting into our outs. This is my favorite part.
Heck yeah.
My first out is going with current trends. I kind of brought this up like a little bit earlier on. I just feel like I'm not into the trend thing anymore. I don't want to get, the latest and greatest. I don't want to go out. I don't want to be consuming. Consumerism for me is like something that I really want to commit to not doing as much this year, and like limiting myself and just utilizing the resources and materials that I already have. And I think like it threw me over the edge already for 2024 with everyone going out and getting the fucking Valentine's Day Stanley Cups that are literally solid red, solid pink. There's nothing spectacular about them. And going and like seeing videos of people waiting at 3 a.m. at a Target to go and run and get a cup and fight for it Where
Black
are we?
Friday. Like, it's
Where
like
are
Black
we in
Friday
2024? It's even worse than Black Friday. No one even
like
does that shit anymore. And
I
now
know
we're
what you're
doing it
saying.
for a cup.
It reminds me of Black Friday in like 2014.
Yes. No, I agree. But like at least that was a reason. Like we had a reason. It was Black Friday. We're all running. It's great. We're all trying to get the deals, which I never participated in. But still, like I could
This is a
understand.
cup.
We're going on like a random Tuesday to Target you're camping out at Target? Are we okay? For a cup? That sucks, by the way. It
Can
sucks.
you imagine if I sat outside till 3 a.m. to get this cup?
No, I can't.
Look at this. This is
can't.
Everyone who's watching, this is a mason jar, okay? 5 years ago, mason jars were the it thing. Everyone was drinking out of mason jars, and now it's Stanley cups. So give it another 5 years, and your Stanley is going to be my mason jar.
And again, it's just a cup to hold water. We need to drink water every day. Just find a fucking cup. The fact that we need to like have these fancy ass $40 cups just so we can remind ourselves. It's like I don't know, Joe. The world has become a crazy Delulu place, but Delulu in the worst way. And people fighting for Stanley Cups and like spending that much money. Hello. You can enjoy something. I'm not saying that. I get the idea of like, wow, I really love it. But if you're a collector, it's like the Ray Dunn vibes. It's giving Ray Dunn vibes. Do you remember Ray Dunn with all of the crazy lettering? That is what it's giving. And it's freaking me out.
I still have some of her mugs because I like her mugs because they're so big. Yeah. And then I have some of her baking stuff. But I was gifted all that.
Yeah. But that's what it's giving.
Her baking dishes are so high quality. I have to.
No, and that's great. I will give her more credit because she's had a variety of things versus just one solid cup. But the way that people are acting, it's like, are we okay? Let's check in with ourselves. And you will not catch me running for a goddamn cup. I don't care what it is.
And also going back to that, you saying like going with current trends, it's the constant need to feel like we have to reinvent ourselves. Yeah. Like, like now clean girl aesthetics out, like mob wife energies. And so people are going and buying a bunch of stuff.
Coats and the big sunglasses. Like, guys,
so that they can fit in. And honestly, like I have found my style and I like my style. Yeah. So I'm just going to fucking wear it. And honestly, I've kept my skinny jeans. I've kept my short booties. Oh my God, do you know what's back now? I saw a TikTok. Blanket scarves.
Oh my God.
Good thing I kept mine. Good thing.
I used to have so many blanket scarves. Like,
bitch, I'm ready.
Crazy. But I just think, you know what? You should just wear what you want. You should wear what you want. And I agree. It's like the current trends, first of all, it's too much. It's too expensive to keep up with the current trends and to have everything that everyone else is having. I'm so over it. I don't want to be like the other girl. Yeah. It's like, and I get it. Like, I have the UGG slippers and it is what it is, right? But like that thing brings me joy. I've always loved UGGs. I've had UGGs for fucking 25 years. I still have my tall UGGs.
I'm wearing them now.
I still have my tall UGGs. Like, and I know people are like, ew, tall UGGs. I'm like, bitch, I'm still wearing them. Like, I don't care. But I just think, we don't need to be going with current trends. Don't put that pressure on yourself to keep up with the Joneses. You don't need it. Okay. All these people are complaining about money and not having enough. And like,
right.
But you're spending $40 on a fucking Stanley Cup. So what do you expect? Where do you think your money's going? It's going nowhere. Like,
out the door.
Current trends are out. Be your own person.
Trends are out.
Anyways, I had a lot to say on that one.
You're good.
I feel very highly
talking about trends, I'll kind of piggyback there and say I'm done with wearing uncomfortable clothes. Like if 100%. The clothes are not comfortable, I'm not wearing them, and I'm not. Why am I saying that so weird? Comfortable?
Comfortable?
If they're not comfy, I'm not wearing them. And I'm not saying I'm not putting on a pair of jeans again, and I'm not saying I'm not getting dressed up, but I'm just not going to be uncomfortable.
I agree.
I'm done.
Uncomfortable. No, I agree.
But I am
not doing it.
I am trying not to wear leggings every day.
Yeah. That's going to be hard for me. I'm just a leggings hoe.
I know, me too. If I go out, I do try to wear like linen pants, or I have some skirts. I have some sundresses that I love. So if that's more comfy for me, that's what I'm going to wear. I agree.
Done. Yeah. You got to do you. There's no need to be uncomfortable. We're not keeping up with the latest trend just to be uncomfortable. It's just not going to work.
Like the pants, like the idea of putting on pants that are too tight just to wear
Oh,
pants is
absolutely
like,
not. No,
no, I need
no.
enough room for dessert.
Yes.
So,
I also really want to be not to kind of go off topic here, but I want to be intentional with the pieces that I bring into my closet moving forward. I feel like I got
mm,
I got rid of a lot of shit that just was like not serving me. It was old. It just wasn't
yeah.
fitting. So, I mean, I am literally in like leggings and a fucking sports bra every damn day. But moving forward with like nicer quality pieces, I want to get stuff that fit my body. You know, if it's a little bit on the pricier side, if I'm getting like $100 pair of jeans, but they fit me perfectly, like I'm okay with that because I'll continue to wear
Quality over
them.
quantity.
Quality, exactly. Quality over quantity. So I agree with you. No uncomfortable clothes, and we're not buying just to buy shit.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. When I buy something new, I
Yeah.
always think like, can I wear this again? And
Yes.
if the answer is no, then it's like, okay, do I need it?
Reevaluate.
The answer is
Yeah.
always no, and then it's no. Because we're not
Yeah.
wearing things once. That is so bad for
I
the
hate that.
environment.
Yeah, I hate that mindset when people are like, I never wear the same thing twice. Well, you must be privileged. So I love that
Yeah,
for you. But also, why are we just having clutter in our house? Like,
yeah,
never wearing the same thing twice. Sometimes, I mean, I wear the same goddamn fleece jacket every damn day because I love it. Like, all of my
right.
videos have the same blue fleece jacket because I love it. It's great. And why would I go buy 20 different colors just to have a
No,
different aesthetic? Like, I don't know. So yeah, not wearing the same thing twice just doesn't comprehend in my mind. I don't like that.
yeah. All right,
Okay,
your turn.
another out. My second out. I kind of already touched base on this, but saying yes to things that aren't a hell yes. That is out for 2024. If it's not a hell yes or a very like close hell yes, we're just not doing it. I'm not going to apologize
Right,
for saying no to things, for not going to an event, for not meeting up with someone. If something happens and I'm just not feeling it that day or in my mental health or whatever it might be, I'm not going to feel bad for saying no anymore. Because, like you said, I think so many times in the past, I've either felt bad about saying no or, you know, the FOMO situation or just like wanting to please other
right.
people and be like, I'll give you my time. Like, no, why are we giving up our time for other people who most likely are not even worthy of the time that we're given? Like, you know what I
Exactly.
mean? It's different when it comes to like you or my husband or family. Like, I will give you certain things, right? But if you're not giving that back to me, then I'm not giving it to you. So if it ain't a hell
Right.
yes, it's a hell no.
And that's
We're
that.
done. And that's
We're
that.
done. All right. My next out is stepping on the scale frequently.
Yeah.
I'm done, if at all, stepping on the scale. I just don't, it's just every time I step on it, I feel so bad about myself. And I
Yep.
could be going through like a week where I'm like, oh my God, I look so good. Like I'm so like toned from going to spin and I feel so good. I've been moving my body and eating my veggies. And then I
Yep.
step on the scale and it destroys me. And then I
Yeah.
instantly look in the mirror and I see a different body. And I
Yep.
know that that's body dysmorphia, but I'm like, I need to stop stepping on it. I need to
Yeah.
stop stepping on the scale.
Yep.
It's
I
out.
agree. I agree.
It's
I don't
out.
really have the scale visible for myself. I don't remember last time I stepped on a scale. I mean, fortunately, I feel like in my mind, I'm okay with that. But I used to be a little bit obsessive with it of like once a week figuring it out. Like, what did I weigh? What do I weigh? What do I weigh? I'm like keeping
Yeah.
tabs about my weight. But yeah, like you said, it's just not serving you, you know, because our body fluctuates so much and it's not even about the number. You could be
Yeah.
160 pounds and look a little bit, you know, not as like toned, I guess you could say. And then you could be super toned and chiseled and still be 160 pounds. Like
Well,
it
that's the
just,
thing.
you know what I
Is
mean? So like
like,
the weight, the number is so irrelevant in my
right.
mind. It's
And
so
that's the
irrelevant.
thing because like I know that I've become toned over the last year
Yeah.
and the number like hasn't like it's gone a little bit up, a little bit
Yeah.
down, but my clothes fit completely different.
And
So
that's what you have to go off of.
I know that my body has changed, but
Yeah.
then I step on the scale, I'm like, oh, I'm the same weight, and it
Yeah.
just fucks with me.
I know. I know. Because you want to be like, oh, 130 pounds toned and chiseled. Because that's what we're
Yeah,
taught. That's like what the world thinks that we should be. The
I
smaller
don't
you are, the
think
better you are. But
I'll
that's
never
just
be
not how it works.
130 again.
Yeah. It just never works like that.
Never.
I think for me, like, I'm not trying to put so much about the number in my head. It's more about how I'm
Yeah.
feeling. How do I look in my clothes? How do I feel in my clothes? That's like the biggest thing that I'm trying to take into 2024, because like you said, the number is just going to fuck with you, and it's going to it fluctuates. And we're women. Our hormones are up and down all the time. Like, our bodies are not linear. You know, we can't just
Right.
maintain the same weight forever and ever. It's just not going to happen. So
It's not going to happen.
I love that.
That's that.
What do I have? One more? Do I have one more out? Yes, I do. Okay. My last out of 2024 is the past. We're letting
I
that
love
go.
that.
And I don't know what made me think of this when I was like, what do I want out of my life? And it's not like the past in like a negative way. I think it's just more of like how I was doing things in the past, who I was associating myself with, like who, not necessarily like who I was, but who I was maybe pretending to be. Like,
Yeah.
everything that has come before me right now is just out. Like, I'm not worrying about it. I'm not dwelling on it. I'm not saying like I coulda, shoulda, woulda, or having regrets or anything like that. It's just, we're here in the present moment and we're looking into the future, and I'm making better choices, and I'm committing to pouring into myself wholeheartedly
Yeah.
before pouring into everyone else. So the past is out. We're not dwelling on the past. We can't go back. We can only go forward. So that is my
I love
last out.
that. And that's definitely more about, living in the present and
Yeah.
stop focusing on the past. I actually saw a video on that recently where some girls like anything that's happened in the past, like we don't need to keep going through it. We don't
Harping.
need to keep
Yeah.
hashing it. We only need to
Yep.
focus on today and tomorrow. And that's it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
That's the
don't
only
need to
thing that we
focus
can
on
do.
5 months from now, just today
Yep.
and tomorrow. And
Yep.
I love that. And she's like, that's the only way that I'll stay present and not get so caught up in like, what's going to happen in 6 months? What's going to
Yes.
happen this?
Yes.
She's like,
Because then you
today?
just spiral, and it's too much. Like, I will spiral if I think about too far ahead, and like, and also I think that, I've really understood the concept of like life is too short and we're not promised
Yeah.
tomorrow. And I really want to focus on that and just be super present and do things that light me up right now. Like, why are we always waiting for something better to happen? Oh, in 5 months, this will be it. The future's going to be great. Like, all we have is right now. We can only plan
Right.
for right now. Like, why are we so focused in what we could potentially have? Like, I don't want to be unpresent anymore. I want to be like in my mind, body, and soul. Like, this is it. Today's the day.
This is it.
Here I am. I'm present. I'm loving everything around me right now. Like, I feel like too many times, again, we're on our phone, we're scrolling, we're so locked into like everyone's outside world that we don't even know what the fuck's going on around us. Like,
Yes.
we could look up and be like, someone could be, fucking robbing you, and you don't even know because you've been stuck on TikTok for 5 minutes and it's too late. Like, I just want to be more present all around. I
Yeah.
just feel like I haven't done that in the longest time.
Yeah. No, I get that. When Matt and I went on a walk like last week, there was this mom and she had 3 children and she was on her phone scrolling and she
Yeah.
wasn't paying attention. And her kid like literally fell off a swing. And then she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And I mean, I didn't say anything and I'm never
Yeah.
going to like mom shame or anything like that. But I could tell that she felt bad because she wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like in that moment, I was like, wow, like I really, when I have kids, I really want to make sure that I'm present and I'm like paying
Yeah.
attention because, so much can happen when you're just scrolling aimlessly
Exactly. And you
and
also just
you're
miss
not
out on those
aware.
moments. Like,
Right.
like spending time with your kids. Like, I just remember for me, and again, I think that we grew up in a good spot where we didn't have technology when we were growing up. Like, I feel like, I know that we're a couple years apart, but I feel like in general, we didn't have like Facebook and Instagram. Really, it didn't blow up for me until like ninth grade of high school. And even then, it
Yeah.
was still very like new, and like we weren't into it as much as we were now. And I just feel like, I remember growing up and my parents always being, involved with me. Like, my dad would take me and my brother to the park down the street. We would ride bikes after school. Like, we were always outside. We were, when we got home from school, we
Yeah.
were meeting up with our friends outside. Like, we were going and playing fucking Relivio and shit. Like, we were in the neighborhood. We were communicating with people. Like,
It was
why
great.
it just, now the kids, it's just like everyone's on their phone, everyone's on a tablet, everyone's on some form
Yeah.
of technology. Like, we're not present in the moment anymore.
Mhm.
And it's not just like our generation, it's, younger kids, and again, just parents being on their phone and just being like, yeah, go give them a tablet, and again, I'm not judging or, like you said, mom shaming or anything. I don't have kids. I know that it can be in some certain like situations, it's beneficial to have a tablet and you want to just, have them sit down and watch something. But I just feel like 99% of the time we are always on our phones or glued into something else rather than our reality. And I think that we just need to try to be more intentional and more present with what the fuck is going on around us. Because it's just too much. It's too much of a technology world and I fucking hate it. Like it scares me. It scares me for the future.
I agree completely. So my last out is being closed off to my friends. I have found that, I've gone through a lot this year, and sometimes it's really difficult for me to share things with people.
Yeah.
And part of it's like, I feel like a burden, or I don't want to bother people, or whatever it is. And I think that going forward, like, I just want to be 110% like there with
Honest.
my friends and be honest.
Yeah.
And not to like hide things and be an open book and not feel like a burden, because I know that my friends love me. I know that they're there for me, and it's like it's not going to hurt to share things with my friends.
Yeah.
But I think it was just I basically want to let go of the mindset that I'm a burden and just be honest with people and just share and be like, yeah, I'm going through a fucking shitty ass time. And I just want to be more transparent. So that's just, I'm out with hiding things like from my friends or not telling them because I feel like I'm being too much, or I'm always, there's always something going wrong with my life, right?
Yeah.
Which there is, but it's fine.
Yeah.
But like, I just want
never
to
a
be,
dull moment.
it's dude, so much to say.
I think that's good though, because like I feel like too, it just kind of goes back to, we shouldn't have to be present with the people around us 24/7. Like if we're going through a tough time or, a challenging day, just be like, hey, I see your messages. I see you, but like, I'm just not having a great day today. I'm going to like sign off for a little bit. Like I'm not ignoring you, but I just need to like take some time away. And I think that's good to be like open and, communicating about those things, because again, it's all about protecting ourselves, protecting our peace, protecting our energy, and not feeling like we need to show up for everyone else before we show up for ourselves. So I love that. I think that that's great. That's a good
yeah. Yep. And that's it.
And that's it, friends. That's our ins and outs of 2024. But I think, just wrapping it up, we wanted to make sure that, you're not feeling overwhelmed going into the new year. It's a new year. It's great. Another great time for opportunities. It's a good reset, but don't put that much pressure on yourself to be perfect, to create all of these goals that feel unrealistic for you. If like something is just not feeling genuine to yourself, then you probably shouldn't do it. And I think just, taking time and seeing things in a different perspective, like make your own ins and outs list, see what comes up for you and dig a little deeper. Don't do the surface level shit. Let's make $10,000. Let's lose 30 pounds. Like dig a little bit deeper into like what you really want. And I think you'll find more substance out of that.
And focus on loving yourself.
Yeah.
Loving other people, telling people you fucking love them this year, spending time with people that you love, because life is so short. I think if 2023 taught anyone anything, it's that life is short. The world is fucked up. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your people you love them, spend some time with them, and get off your fucking phone.
Except when you're listening to us. But other than that, get off. All right, besties. Season 2, episode 1. We did it. We hope that you love our new rebranding, and we're here. We're here for the vibe. So we love you, and we will see you all in the next episode.
See you
Bye.
soon. Bye.